So this is going to be a pretty interesting episode because we're going to take a look. We're going to see this is actually presently pending. Vans is essentially trying to protect their skate parks with trademarks as a form of trade dress. So I want to show you guys their applications. I want to show you guys what they're working on, what's cooking. I think it's really, really interesting because there are a lot of other trade dresses that trademarks that have been filed successfully. So let's look at Vans. And we're gonna figure out that there's actually 3 that are currently pending. So I'll show you guys how to do the search, and then you guys can read more about it if you guys are interested. But we're gonna do a lot of follow-up content, a lot of follow-up episodes on trade dress trademarks because they are possible to get. Companies do get them, and they are very, very powerful. So without further ado, let me share my screen so that I can show you guys how you guys can go about doing this and so you guys can learn. Now, again, the principles that I'm showing you guys here, you guys can apply for any company that you're interested in researching. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to tsdr.uspto.gov. I'm going to zoom in so you can see my screen nice and clearly. Now, once you're here, you're going to want to click on Search Trademarks. And then we're going to do an advanced search today. Sometimes the basic word mark search works, but today we're going to do an advanced search. So I already filled it in. I hope you guys can see that, but essentially the search that we're going to do is we're looking for search by owner. OW stands for owner. Now, if you don't know that, that's fine. If you scroll down, you'll see that there's a set of codes, and here's owner right here. The other search code that we're going to do is skate, and we're going to search under the goods and services. That's the GS code. Now, again, if you didn't know that, that's okay. There's a legend down below. So there's other things, other characteristics that you're interested in searching for. You can just scroll down and find the one that's of interest to you and then search by that term. So I'm going to go ahead and click Submit Query. We're going to get 3 returns that are non-words. So let me just show you guys. We're going to do an image list, and you're going to see some pretty cool stuff here. So you're going to see that Vans actually submitted trade dress applications on the skate parks themselves. So let's get started. Let's start with the first one here. Now, again, not all of these have been successfully registered, but some of them have. And so I want to show you guys the ones that have been successfully registered. Again, because you guys can take this and apply these same principles to your storefronts, to any physical location that you do business in. You can think about possibly thinking about how there might be distinctive aspects of your space and how you might go about trademarking that space itself. So again, this is, I think, is a really, really high value episode, guys. I think you guys will derive a lot of value from this, especially if you have any sort of physical locations. I know it's hard these days to have physical locations, but this content, I think, will still be of value to you. So this is the mark that Vans filed on. So this was what actually was submitted as their trademark. So let's see exactly how they describe it. So they say that they're claiming red as a feature of the mark. And they say that it consists of a red as applied to a border surrounding the upper portions of a skate park, right? So it's very interesting because what they're protecting is this red outline. So the red outline around a skate park is what they're claiming is their distinctive source identifying quality. So let's go in, let's take a look at the actual specimen that was submitted. Now, also what's interesting is that this was filed not too long ago, back in 2019. So January 24, 2019, about 2 years ago. And if we go in, well, we can actually see the specimen that was submitted. So pretty neat. So I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see, but there you have it. So this is the red outline right here. So this red outline surrounds the entire skate park. Okay. So Vans is protecting that with a trademark. So any competitor that has a similarly red outline around their skate park might arguably be considered to be infringing Vans's trade dress trademark registered trademark. So really, really powerful, right? And remember, this is a trademark. So this will last indefinitely as long as Vans continues to provide skate parks that have this red outline. This trademark could last indefinitely. So it's a very, very powerful right. Now, let's check out some of the other marks that they have around skate parks. I'm going to leave this red one open so we can compare them, but this is the first one. Now let's look at the other 2. There's only 2. This is going to be a short episode, guys. Now this one has a checkered pattern. Now this one is still pending. This one ran into more of a hiccup. It looks like the examiner actually rejected their trade dress. So let me show you guys the specimen first. So there's the red outline, but then the checkered pattern is what they're also claiming as being distinctive and part of their mark. Now, this one hasn't been registered. This one is still pending. If you are interested in learning more about it, you guys can read about it. But essentially, the examiner issued an office action on the 26th of April last year and basically said that that this mark essentially has an acquired distinctiveness. So it's non-distinctive trade dress. And so it's really interesting to read about all the evidence that was submitted, but they submitted things like social media, news articles, sales and advertising figures, all kinds of evidence. And even that, the examiner didn't find it sufficient. So this evidence is insufficient to demonstrate to the public that the checkerboard pattern exclusively serves as a source identifier for the source of the services. So again, learning lessons. You guys can learn about this particular application. You can see why the other application wasn't in fact successful. So I'm going to go back. We're going to look at the third mark. Again, this is going to be a shorter episode, but I think also really, really useful. So let's look at this other mark. So this one, this mark here, looks like it's also pending. Well, let's take a look at it. So this one is covering 3 rows of checkerboard pattern lining on the inside top edge of the skate park bowl. So let's go into TSTR. Let's look at the actual specimen that was submitted. So this is the actual specimen. And again, this is the checkered pattern that's along the Van skate park. Now, this one is also running through into similar issues where it's not being accepted, and the examiner essentially says the same thing as being non-distinctive trade dress. So again, very interesting. The red outline was in fact considered to be distinctive, but the other versions, which had the checkered pattern on the outside, the red line was accepted, but not the checkered pattern or the checkered on the outside of the skate park. So again, I hope you guys found this episode helpful. If you guys have questions about intellectual property, send them to Victoria. You can email her at victoria@adibiip.com, or also text us at our community number, which is 415-943-5193, 415-943-5193. Would love to have you in our text community. Please text that number, send me questions, send me ideas for episodes. We'd love to create high-value content that you guys all find useful.